All right, good morning. It's Thursday, January 4th, 8:58 a.m. And to the person that impersonates Dr. Joe Biden in the White House, that's right there right now, Sabrina. Um, I'm up to you. I'm up to you, and I'm not happy with you. And just turn yourself in before this gets worse. Trust me, trust me. If I had a gun, I'll lock it to your head. You stupid fucking bitch. I don't like your bitch ass. Anyway, next. The last name that Sabrina's using, the lady that says she's Joe Biden, the size 12 feet man girl. It's a town in Ukraine. It's called Rivki, Ukraine. It's it's in Ukraine. I need Vladimir Zelensky to go into this town and to find out what last name is she using in Rivki, Ukraine. It's on the Volosya Pryodenka. It's in that, and they live in that street. Mr. Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. It's Volosya Pryodenka. The last name that she uses is from this street. They still live in this street. It's a condo building, I think, or apartment building. So we need this to know. Alright, so more to Sabrina. She's a virgin. She never has sex. Joe Biden and Sabrina never has sex in her life. That's a big problem. So I'm gonna go with victim number 5. This is too much work. Like, it's draining me out, Sabrina. Jill, Mrs. Biden. Victim number 5. Date of birth is July 7th, 1973. From Los Angeles, a female, single. She lives alone in a one-bedroom in East LA. She pays $1,200 a month. She works as a receptionist in an immigration lawyer's office, attorney's office in East LA. She's 5'5", 134 pounds, Caucasian, Democrat, brown hair, brown eyes, short hair. Jill Sabrina met her at a local pharmacy in East Los Angeles. Just browsing. That doesn't matter. Just browsing. The victim purchased makeup. Sabrina complimented on her makeup. I call Sabrina the complimenter and the inviter. Joe Biden is the complimenter and the inviter. Those are her MOs. A conversation sparks. This was November 1st, 2022. She invites the victim to dinner in Beverly Hills. They exchange numbers. Sabrina Joe Biden calls the victim on November 3rd, 2020. This is 22 at 9:43 in the morning. They set a dinner date for November 4th, 2022 at 8 p.m. They meet at Sabrina Joe Biden's West LA apartment. The victim drove to Sabrina, arrived at 7:34 p.m. She invites her in the home. The victim had to use the bathroom. She shot her in the bathroom. Time of death 7:47 p.m. She drove to Sabrina's house in a 2018 Honda Civic, black 4-door, black cloth interior, California plates. What did Joe Biden Sabrina did with the car? She drove it to the Pasadena Anaheim border, 4 minutes from Disney World. She left it parked in a regular street, and the keys she threw it out in the garbage receptacle. She took an Uber back home to West LA, disposed the body on the 5th. The car was impounded in the city of Anaheim on February 3, 2022. She's a virgin crazy tranny bitch. That's what Joe Biden is. Sorry, I wrote that down. Sold in auction. The car was sold in auction on April 3, 2022 for $13,500. The victim worked as a waitress at a local restaurant in East LA too, at a Japanese restaurant. She graduated a private high school. The dad, its date of birth is 12/7/1962. A resident of Beverly Hills, and the mom is born in November 15, 1961. Born and resident of Beverly Hills too. They're the owners of the Mercedes-Benz near my home in Roxbury Drive. The Mercedes-Benz dealership. So I need some work on this case. I have victim number 6. Date of birth, female, November 29, 1987, from the Bronx, New York. On February 2nd, 2003, Joe Sabrina was on a trip to New York City. She was browsing at the Louis Vuitton store on 5th Avenue. The victim was browsing as well in the shoe section. Sabrina Joe Biden approaches her and tells her how those shoes are very nice shoes she was looking at with heels. A conversation sparked once again. They hit it off. The inviter, Joe Sabrina, invited the victim for drinks. They exchanged numbers. Sabrina Joe called the victim that next day at 9:33 a.m. to set up a time for 7 p.m. to meet at her hotel in Midtown. The victim arrived at her hotel, the Marriott Marquis, at 6:53 p.m. She went to her room number 1103 on February 3rd. They meet there. They go out for dinner at Carmine's, a famous popular Italian restaurant. In New York City, Jill, Sabrina, had a house salad. The young lady had a minstrel soup. They had two Diet Cokes. The check came out to $38.04 and a $6 tip. The waitress, a female from the Bronx, date of birth 1/31/1980, Hispanic Puerto Rican, 5'6". This was the waitress, 121 pounds, brown long hair, brown eyes, a high school graduate of Lehman High School, a witness, 212 Vice Avenue, apartment 2B. She lives with her parents. They walked back to the Marriott. She walked back with the victim, Sabrina, Jill, to the Marriott Marquise. They say their goodbyes. The victim goes back home. Jill Biden and Sabrina goes back to LA on February 4th from LaGuardia Airport, departing at 1:16 p.m. on American Airlines flight number 15C16B, arriving at LAX Los Angeles Airport at 4:30 p.m. On February 6, 2024 at 9:43 a.m. Sabrina, Jill Biden, calls the victim and invites her to LA for a weekend, a girls' weekend. The victim has to pay her flight. Only thing she has to pay for her flight. The victim accepts the invite. She books her flight, departs from LGA from LaGuardia Airport on February 10, 2023 at 1:21 p.m. American Airlines flight 52, same flight to arrive. She arrives at LAX at 4:38 p.m. The victim orders her Uber. Pickup time 5:01 p.m. Drop-off time is 5:28 p.m. A 2019 white Ford Fusion. 38-year-old Caucasian male driver, date of birth 12/2/1982. She arrived with her bag. She takes her to the guest room. She walks away, comes back, and shoots her to the head. Time of death was 5:41 p.m. She disposed of the body on February 12, 2023. The victim worked as a client specialist at Gucci on Fifth Avenue. A Puerto Rican female. She formerly lived at 1450 Bryan Avenue, apartment 2, right next to my rental property in the Bronx. All right, thank you. Bitch, you're not gonna, bitch, trust me, bitch, you got your days a number.